Hello guys, I'm Rohit. Today I'm going to explain about my DA. My registration number is 18BEC0067. This digital assignment which I'm going to explain about comes under my course Computer Organization and Architecture. This is the course code slot A2 and DA plus DA2. This DA is about analysis of microprocessing element. So microprocessing element which I chose for this assignment is Atmega 8L. This is produced by Atmega. I have gathered this information from internet and mainly from the datasheet which is provided by various sites. So I have downloaded them and collected data from there, and I used online sites to gather. The first question is, draw the clear block diagram of microprocessor or microcontroller IP core selected. So this is the pin diagram I have chosen. I have answered this with the help of my datasheet. This was provided in my datasheet. I mean, not only in my datasheet, in various sites. Some of these are directly pasted from internet, and I have referred many sites, so these were the common among them. The problems which I faced is there was a little bit confusion among all these. I couldn't get the proper one initially, then I got the exact one. Next is the block diagram. This is the block diagram. This is we can see many ports here: reset, VCC. These all are the ports. This is the block diagram. Next, this is the internal diagram of each and every block. The second part of the first question. This is timer 0, timer 1. Comparator 1 as well, comparator 2. This is a lot which I collected from the internet and as well datasheet also, and I have done accordingly. I have pasted these and gathered. These are all various operations and modes I have described here. This is PWM mode, reset operation. If we can keenly observe it, we can understand everything. The second question is, provide the instruction set of the microprocessing element with clock cycle required, machine cycle required, memory required. So this question is directly done by the datasheet. I mean, the information which we require is directly taken from the datasheet. So first, there will be different instructions. The first one is the data transfer instructions. So these are the instructions: MOVL W, MOVL F, MOVF F, CLRV clear W. These are all the instruction set. Next is the bit oriented instructions. Next is the program control instructions. These are all collected from my datasheet. My datasheet has provided this all, and these are another other instructions. Coming to the third question, explain microprocessing element architecture. Architecture of microprocessor. Its architecture consists of a central processing unit, memory modules, a system bus, and an input or output unit. The central processing unit consists of one or more arithmetic logical unit register. This is the block diagram. You can clearly view here, and this is downloaded from internet by referring various sites and confirming. Um, and I have also drawn, but it was not that accurate, so I have pasted this one. These are the memory modules diagram. This is also collected from internet. The problem which I faced during this, it took a lot of time, and not only time, but it was a bit hard to collect this all and refer these all sites for confirmation. Coming to the fourth question, correlate the microprocessing element architecture with architectures discussed in. So I have compared with the one human architecture. This can be answered by referring to the module 1 or 2. So I have as already we have discussed about the one human architecture, so I have directly pasted it is refers to the one human architecture. There is also another architecture, this which is hardware architecture. So next, elaborate register organization of microprocessing element. So my datasheet has a register organization for each and every bank as well. So these are the information. While finding these values, it took a little bit of time, so it was a bit tough. These are bank one registers summary. My datasheet has provided every bank's register summary perfectly. So I have collected the information from internet in my datasheet, and I have copied here. These are bank to register summary. The next is bank 3. This is status, and this is option register. It's interrupt control register. There are various types like bank 1, bank 2, status, option, bank 3, interrupt control register, peripheral interrupt enable register, peripheral interrupt enable register 2, peripheral interrupt request register. These are all which has my datasheet has provided. These all are explained here. And the next is explain the type of algorithm used for signed or unsigned calculations like addition. So first I have given about unsigned multiplication. For this, I have identified the algorithm from datasheet for multiplication and division. The next is unsigned division. This is the algorithm which is given in the datasheet, and I have prepared the flowchart in an online flowchart provider. So this is what I provided. This is restoring division. The problem faced here is understanding and differentiating between these all took bit time, but it was good. Coming to the seventh question, find what type of control logic unit used and correlate its performance with the type of control unit in module 3. From an online site for knowing more about my microprocessor, I have chosen a different site. Knowledge about control units discussed in a module 3, I have also used in it. So, block diagram of the control unit, instruction register, flags, clock, control unit, control signals, control bus. Uh, the datasheet has not provided about this, so I have particularly checked in another various sites and I have collected this. Next is the explain the memory management system in the processing element selected. List its addressing capabilities. Memory mapping technique followed. Find the advantage of memory design and management techniques over the concepts given in the module 4 in COS syllabus. Addressing modes are direct. Addressing mode. This is the diagram. Direct addressing. AP1 bank select location select. This is available in the datasheet, but while differentiating, it took a bit time by and addressing capabilities also. This is an indirect addressing mode. Have collected many block diagrams. This is register addressing mode. Picking from them took a time. And next, elaborate the pipeline and parallel processing capabilities of the unit and hazard management technique. This is what adder subtractor, integer, multiplier, logic unit, shift unit, incrementer. I found from a research paper for gathering information about this pipelining and hazard management technique. By the way, it doesn't has a parallel processing technique. So my IC doesn't have parallel processing technique. The last question is find whether processor level parallelism is available in the element selected. Illustrate cache coherence and protocol used for handling memory HIT or MISS. The thing is, my mine doesn't support cache coherence. I couldn't find it. Oh, sorry, I couldn't find it cache coherence in my data sheet related to the chosen IC. Collected it from an internet site. My thing is, my microcontroller doesn't support processor level parallelism. I face difficulties in knowing HIT and MIS concepts. These were all and the end of the data, end of my day. These are all the information which I provided. The first one is about the pin diagram. I have clearly mentioned. Next is the block diagram and also respect internal diagram of each and every block. Time 1, time 0. This is all in the second question. This is the instruction sets. Third one is the register summary. So I have explained each and everything here. Thank you.